Hi, John here. It's Sunday today, the 24th of March 2024, and just a little update today before we go back to Hamilton next Tuesday and then back to Auckland to carry on with our corporate business with our Moai Crown King William IV Trust and also our organisation there with the chief of the Pacific Islands to hook in with us and pick up the titles of New Zealand country. That's at stake at the moment. We've got threats of a foreign company called Crown Sovereign of New Zealand and its director, Cindy Asselon Kiro, the Governor General of New Zealand, taking over our country with her foreign corporation company that has no legal standing title to this country and its original titles from Britain and the British Crown UK, King William IV, Confederation flag 1834, Confederation of Chiefs, and our King William III of Orange, War Powers Act 1689. 1689 War Powers Act to save our country from being stolen by this government in Wellington as a foreign company that has nothing to do with us but to take the taxpayers' money and buy themselves their self-interest equity that we are going to bill them for stealing our tax money and running a corrupt, fraudulent criminal organization, government, business, private entity that has nothing to do with us. Okay, so that's that. At the moment, I'm looking for elders from Ngapuhi, and they know me very well up there in the Hokianga area of Ngāti Rahiri and Kingi Taurua, his tribe that is now the subject of Ngāti Hine Takahia on the mana of Ngāti Rahiri at Te Tii Marae and what happened on Waitangi Day, 6th of February 2024, where the government, Crown of New Zealand, went in on Te Tii Marae and stole their mana from the 13 chiefs for Tamaiti and his mob that went across the bridge to Waitangi Marae with the Kingitana, King Tohecha of Niue Island. He's not from here. He's not my king, and he's not Ngapuhi's king either. So he went across the bridge in support of Cindy Kiro, Governor General, and her private corporate business, Crown Sovereign of New Zealand. If that ever has any connection to the sovereignty of New Zealand, it does not have any resemblance to the British Crown Sovereign of New Zealand and us, the native chiefs living today, partners with the British Crown and King William IV, King George IV, King Ernest Augustus I, and King William the Third of Orange, Dutchman that found New Zealand country, and now the Japanese woman who is saying she is Ngāti Hine, Maori, and Pākehās over in Russell are stealing the Hokianga whakapapa to Ngāti Rahiri and these chiefs that didn't want the British here in the first place, and now the British have run away, abandoned ship, and gone dead at sea. And this Sindikiro is a threat to us, me down here at the East Cape, with my crew here of our ancestors Toi Kairako on Mount Hikarangi Hill that has been altered and flipped around and tampered with by Ngāti Pro Iwi Runanga and put Toi Te Huatahi up there is a Taina, not a Tuakana, and bastardise our whakapapa. And I must say, Rarawa Kōhere has put the Ngāti Pro history together with Sir Hu Kāwharo from Kaipara, and that's all buggered up as well. The whakapapa of Mohi Manukau, the fourth Freemason, is buggered up, tampered with, and tread all over their surname Manukau, and my surname Wanoa here at the East Cape has been tampered with, and that's the offence I have against the Kōhere family, that my daughter Tracy is a births, deaths and marriages registrar in the Manukau District Court to find out who is who on the land. If you haven't got a father to Kōhere, then you have no title. And that's what she's found out, on top of what I've found out about the Kōhere family. Here is a threat colonizer surname on my Wanoa land block. I can talk for Wanoa all day long, and you've got to talk for Kōhere. Where does that name come from? And if you can't tell me up till now where it came from, it was not real in the first place. The same as all the other names that have turned up in this country and bastardized the whakapapa of our ancestors from Tahiti. Okay? My wānoas come from Raiatea Island, Taputapu Aotea Marae, on East Island, Rapa Nui as well, to Mokanui on my land block here. Big face, big shine, Rapa Nui is East Island, and those two go together. The name of Rapa Nui here and Mokanui and Te Pito, the birth of New Zealand here, and Te Pito, the birth of the world on East Island, is the title to this land I'm saying belongs to the Wānoa at the East Cape. The Kōheres have put their name all over it, the Goldsmiths, and all those names that are on there must come clean. Who the hell they are on my land block from Tahiti. British got here later than the Tahiti got here, and the Moriori before that got here first. Okay? The Moriori Manukau has been bastardized in Auckland and all over the country, and still using the Manukau Harbour as a reference point for their treaty claims is a bastardization of the Manukau name and the Wānoa name on the East Coast, chopping it up with Wikiriwhi Matauru and Matauru Wānoa, bastardize my Wānoa name, and I won't stand for it anymore. I'm going along with Ngapuhi chiefs, Hone Heke, and the Heke family, and the Hiko family, and the Mihaka family, and also the Heta family, and Hodaki family, and the who else is there? And those are the families that wanted the flagpole chopped down. Now the British have gone and lost at sea, abandoned ship, and dead at sea now, abandoned us, left us for dead, and screwed us of all our timber, all our kauri trees, all our land, all our birth certificates, everything. They have screwed the King William IV, King George IV, and King Ernest Augustus I legacy of Crown Corporation's business, and King William III of Orange Crown business as well. They've bastardized it here in New Zealand, crown, a little crown that's got to pay the big crown in Britain, the royalties, they must pay us because we're taken over the British crown. There's partners. First partner was the British crown and King William IV, and the second partner was us. Now we're the first partner, and the British or England, Wales, Ireland, and Scotland is the second partner, native born people of Britain, UK. Still there with our flags flying, the Confederation of Chiefs flag, 1834, and the British flag flying together at Waitangi. But Cindy Kiro, Japanese woman pirate on the high sea, put her flagpole, strapped it to the top of the British mast on our dry land flag, the 1834 Confederation flag, and made hers the owner of New Zealand Country, Aotea. Okay? That is insulting. It is treasonous. It is not acceptable for her to take over our country just like that, a whim, and without any titles. We have the titles that's not refuted yet, and Gregory Cook is supposed to give her the book with our signatures in it and the title to New Zealand. He didn't do that. He didn't do that, and it missed going to the Governor General on Waitangi Day. And now again, he's still holding the book, and I want it back because I need Donovan to take it to the Governor General this time with our authority to take this country back from her, the thug pirate on the high seas, operating a scam, fraud, criminal organization, well-planned business for themselves and their own self-interest. Okay, so that's what I'm saying here today. And we're getting ready next week to present her with the book, the title, and the fraud cases against her, at least 3 different occasions, one at Kororareka and the one again at Waitangi Marae, and another in Kaipara Harbour, the Awaroa Bank Magistrate Court, where we get our authority from, the 10-acre block of land for all the land in New Zealand, cut up into smaller mortgage lien bank loans, and also around the world as well. From that model, and that's what I'm in charge of. John Rogan, Judge John Rogan, he married into the Manukau family, Marae Manukau, and Dick Rogan married Uraji Wanoa here in Horoera on the East Cape here, and the Rogans, the lawyers, and the judges are in my blood. Okay, so I'm taking over his job, John Rogan, as the British Crown private land title investigator, okay, of lands and everything that's derived from wealth, from the land, the resources, and the people. Okay, so I'm taking over his job in our own family line, bloodlines. Okay, rural, Wanoa, Pacific, Tahitian bloodlines. Okay, the royal family there. Okay, so that's me, and I want Ngapuhi, Tahitian as well, to pull away from the iwi fraud runanga. The National Trust, the Waitangi National Trust, are stealing our country with Syndikiro, foreigner, Japanese, crown on her head, to take over our British King's crown and Queen Victoria crown, the Queen Victoria Trust, 1844, which is what we've taken over as well, as I've gone in as the head of the trust, the Queen Victoria Trust, 1844, that no one has gone and filled that position. That's a headless chicken trust. That's the biggest trust in the world, got no head. So I've gone in there and taken over her crown as our Moai crown because Victoria stole our Moai of East Island in 1868. You thief, you pay. Okay, any thieving, you pay. The same with New Zealand government, you pay for everything stolen. All those rich people here that are hiding away in bunkers, you've used stolen money from the Admiralty law of the sea, high pirates on the high seas. Okay, so every money that's been made from King William IV, King George IV, King George III, King William III is fraud. Okay, you've defrauded our emperor kings and you've defrauded us, the natives of Aotea, New Zealand country and Pacific Islands. Okay, so we're putting the Pacific Islands together with all their native chiefs, the real ones, not the humbug ones, and especially Cook Islands that Biden, President Biden, useless sod, has stolen Cook Islands using our Confederation of Chiefs 1834 King William IV flag. And that is an offence that's going to cost him dearly. He will lose everything for doing that with his Congress. The whole lot of them get 970 million trillion pound note debt instrument, mortgage lien on their head while we are still acting in Admiralty court martial law of the sea, mortgage liens and banknotes and money made from King William III of Orange, War Powers Act to come down hard on anyone creating war on Westminster Parliament. Now, there's a war on Westminster Parliament at the moment of the EU Parliament and the Zionist Klaus Schwab, German Zionists and Illuminati's there taken over Westminster to try and shut it down and put Muslims into the magistrate court to try and get rid of our flag and our partnership. You're not going to get away with it. Europe, in Britain, UK, Crown, you're not going to get away with it because we're in contract with the natives of especially Ngapuhi, chiefs of Ngāti Rahiri. I'm going for them and not Ngāti Hine. Ngāti Hine is traitor. They are kupapa, Maori, Pākehā, mixed up in there, Maoris and Pākehās that have screwed all New Zealanders out of their money. That's those Maoris in the iwi. The iwi is a wee, a piss pot. Okay, they are nothing but pirates. There are pirates on the high sea, and I'm telling you, we have the instruments to lock them all up and strip them of everything they own on these lands. If they can't prove to me where they got the land titles from to make money, then they've got nothing. None of them have got anything to measure up to what we have in instruments to make money. Okay? And I'm saying from the East Cape here, we want our land back. We're going to get it back by hook or by crook. We're going to take our land back with the Army General, and he will enforce 36 laws that we put together in this native magistrate King's Bench Court of High Court caliber from Britain, Westminster, that everybody is using the same High Court rules to make money and to cause fines on anybody who breaks the laws of the High Court. You break our law, it costs you £1 trillion a pop. And those people that I put their photos in here on Facebook is admissible in any court of law. Facebook is admissible as evidence. The lips moving, the words coming out are better than written documents because you can alter written documents, but you can't alter a video. Okay, that's what they use in the prison That's what we use out here in this court here, right here on the beach in a van, anywhere with the flag. The flag is here under my table, the Confederation flag, not the Whakaputanga flag. That's not a contract. The Whakaputanga is not a contract. The Whakamininga is the government has hijacked it in New Zealand. They have hijacked that because they've got marriage in there. They say the marriage in Parliament are the same marriages outside. So that's none of our business. That's corrupted. The word marry is a Pākehā invention. They created that word so they can screw marriage and screw Maryland. And that's what Edie Mitchell has done. Screwed the Maryland title and made millions out of it. And he's going to lose the whole lot to me. Okay, Edie Mitchell, you and Alfred Mitchell, your brother, trying to make a friend with me on Facebook, it's not going to happen because both of you are little fucking twerp cheats. You are both Maori cheats from New South Wales, Australia, not from here. You're from New South Wales and the criminal convicts, prison convicts. That's all you are. You and the Tamiris and all those people here, Jacksons, all those people. I can name the whole bloody lot of you, all the same, going the same way, down that way, because you're fraud. You're all fraud, surname Pākehā. Pākehā, surname fraud on our native land with original surnames. That's what I'm looking for. Heke, Hiko, Mihaka, and that's it. They've taken the Utatonga and corrupted that name and a few other chiefs. They've gone and swindled them. These fucking Pākehās have swindled them and stolen the money, stolen the land, stolen the kids, stolen the resources, stolen everything with crooked documents. These documents I'll put them together methodically and accurately to put you under. Okay? The law of kings. The king's corporation law. The top end of corporations in the world is the flag we have, the corporation flag. And the corporation bank and the corporation money. The 2 bar pound note, which is the Moai Crown pound note, that we are using as debt instrument against anyone who breaks the Moai Crown King William IV Trust Court laws. Okay, so there, just warning to you, people out there, we're going into battle mode because that's the way we talk now, in battle mode, because Jacinda Ardern, John Key, Helen Clark, all those prime ministers before, Anand Shatnam, they're all in the same narrative to screw everybody off the land and their money and their natural resources and the foreshore and seabed. We're taking that back off everyone mucking around with our land and resources. Okay, so there. The documents are there. They're on my website, moaipowerhouse.world, and half the bloody things have been destroyed by this New Zealand Crown and by the British Crown, who have gone now. They've fizzled, just like that, gone. The City of London is a corporation, is fizzled out. It's a hotel now. We're going to seize that lot, seize everything the Crown stole. The money, the gold, all the missing gold, we're going to lien on that, the same amount, 970 million trillion pound note. That's the OPPTS, if anybody was wondering where the hell did I get my figures from. I got them from the World Bank, from OPPT, and that woman that was the secretary of the United Nations, her, and Hudesh, Karen Hudesh. See, her and I was at loggerheads with each other, and the other woman, Chaudhry, in India, or in Britain, she's an Indian, she was going after the money, Swiss Indo, as well. So they're up against me and our original native titles to the native lands. You can't talk like that, anybody, because it's too late to try and put something up at this late hour. And even Rarawa Kohere is putting himself up on Facebook. It's a bit late for that, and trying to put Harakeke, the flax, as a new industry. It's not going to work because we'll come along and put all the other big industries right over the top of an airport on that land where he is. It's for jumbos to land on and for people to come here and not just Harakeke who are for the Koere family. So they're going to say, out with the cows, in with the Harakeke, and try and keep their name on the block. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Rarawa. It's not going to happen. I've had a talk with my brother up Whakaangiangi, and I told him, nope, going ahead with this. That's our land you're talking to, Rarawa. It's not, Kohere is not a name. It's not a surname. Where's the father? Nothing. Ask Tracy. She should know. She works in the courts. She'll tell you where Kohere's come from. Your head. Nothing else. It's made up. Morgan family. Morgan Banks. You see, we know what your trick is. No tricks on our land. No more. No more. Bugger off. Bugger off. Out. We got business on there. We got big industry there and high rise going there. And we're going to make money for everybody and not just one family. Go ahead. That's all you wanted. For you and not anybody else. Don't muck around with my Wanoa name anymore because you've got £1 trillion on your head now. You and Ray. You and your brother, Ray, got £1 trillion on your head. And you know what happens there? The debt collectors get it. And you know what happens? Shift you out. That's what? Tough. That's how the law works. I'm just keeping in with the law of the land and who is on it, who was there in the first place, who came second, who came third. And just like Africa. Boot you off. Boot the British off. Boot the French off. Boot the Americans off. Boot everybody off that don't belong there. Ngapuhi, put your foot down. The hapu, and get rid of these monsters that are stealing right in front of you, right in front of your nose. And because you can't do anything about it, is these instruments I have are going to do it for you. Okay? For the hapu. And no humbug surnames. That's it. Straight name. That's it. On your 2 feet and nothing else. Don't borrow names. Don't borrow this one, that one, that one, that one. No. It don't work like that in a native court. It's either you on your 2 feet or nothing at all. So that's how you trap them out. Okay, so that's something like it. And I'm just getting ready to go into hospital and they'll find nothing wrong with me because my friend Brian fixed me up and perfect. Perfect. We're all fixed up perfect. Going perfect. And my heart, no problem. I just want to go and make sure, double check on their machines that there's nothing wrong with my heart valves. I don't need open surgery. This is these fucking Parkers. They want to cut me up, the bastards. No, not going to happen. I'm going to check to see if there's any problems on the machines. And I'm expecting to see nothing wrong with me, the same as the last time I went to Waikato Hospital. Nothing, they couldn't find anything wrong with me after I had finished treatment with Brian, the real He-Man of better than doctors, better than the medication, better than anything else, just natural. Okay? Just poof, like that. Okay? No problems at all because I'm feeling it. I can feel myself better than normal. Okay, so that's me and a little bit of that. I'm just cooking some kamakomos for my lunch and another day tomorrow and then off to Hamilton, then off back to Auckland. I'm wanting to get the project on the road this time and Gregory is not answering his phone. I expected him to answer the phone and I've got a clear message about how the court operates. It doesn't let anybody off because that's what's the use of having a court if you can't make the law work. You need laws because they'll just take off and do anything what they want and bugger it up for everybody else. Parkers and everybody else can't be bothered with little dickheads trying to run the place under some different direction and not business. I've got plenty of business people waiting for me, and I'm patient to wait until we get everything in order, my backyard in order. I'm getting my land sorted in order before I make a move. Okay, I want everything spot on. No bloody back ass, jack ass people in the road to spoil business. Okay, no more drugs, none of that. No bloody smoking dope, no blooming drinking booze and out of your head. All of that is non-existent for the near future kids, children, and families. They don't want the repeat of that 187 years of colonialism that made you drunk, stupid, and put in mental homes. You see, that's all they wanted to do, put people in mental homes so they can steal the land. Well, not going to happen. You're not going to steal this country, Cindy Kiro. You're going behind bars. I'm telling you, I'm pointing to you, Cindy Kiro, Governor General. You're not my Governor General. You're not my chief. You're not a crown. You're not going above our crown, the King William the Fourth crown and King William the Third of Orange crown that put you fucking ass on this land in the first place. How did you get here? Where did you get your money from, Cindy Kiro? And you're going to get sacked from government. All your government is going to get sacked. The whole lot, gone. If we get our way with the Pacific Islands leaders, the real natives, not the humbug native kupapa traitors, right? All traitors. I know which ones have gone with the government. All those ones who won't answer me up at Ngapuhi. And it looks like it's going back to Mangungu and in the Heke and Rahi. That's where I've always been, in that lot there, and my history of going to Ngapuhi all the time, all these years, and not Ngāti because they were on them own selves. And now it's showing right in the open, right in front of your eyes. The traitor is them and the Governor General, the bastards in Parliament that are stealing your money with the iwi that's going to get the bill. The iwis get booted out. They get booted out off the Ngāti Pro here, out. That's it. Pull the plug on your money when we pull the plug on your government bonds and the land lease. The head lease. We've got the head lease. I've got the head lease. Not you little monkeys. You monkeys can't show me the title to this country. How you got the title to this country. It's come from Helensville and the Manukau family. Okay? That and the Wanoa family down here for Te Pito and the spirit. The truth. Up, straight up. And no church. No church. That's it. No church. The church made more money. The Catholic Church is only fucking bastards that make money. That's what they come here with the Bible, the musket, and the bishop. That's it. They come here to steal and make money in the church, put the memorials up, and then put their people on the land here and put their names on our land. We'll take it off. We'll take it off and send you all back. Pick your graves up and go home to Britain, where you are all gone to bits over there. It's all come out, frizzle into nothing. That's all it was. Just a bloody little tax haven. That's all you are, a tax haven, and rip off the taxpayer. Yep. People like Eddie Mitchell and Hamilton, 4 Elizabeth Street, Hamilton. Go get him. Give him a bloody hiding for stealing off me, my company, Ngā Tuewa Aote Limited, and put it in his Mitchell Family Trust in Singapore, where all the banks, the crooked money laundering, cleaning the money to make it clean over there. And my company's stuck there. I'm going to get the BRICS police onto that. I put Intel onto it, and the New Zealand police have not done nothing about it. You see? They're covering it up. The police over here are covering it up. And the police in Singapore is covering it up too. No call from the police. Nothing. They said, oh, it's got to go in a priority queue. I haven't even heard from them. I'm going to ring the Hamilton police when I get back to Hamilton and see what they've done to catch this little Maori bastard, Eddie Mitchell. There, sing that around of who that Tainui is. Tainui is bad looking. It's looking bad for Tainui and their king that comes from Niue Island, and that's Jacinda Ardern, stuck in her jabby corporations there, Latter-day Saints there, and with Ross Ardern, her father, there, and Ian Ardern, the minister of all the Pacific churches, the Latter-day Saints. He's the head of it. His head needs to be plunked into a pot and boiled up with Ngapuhi chiefs. There, that one, that Dern family and their church. The church is the biggest scam out in the world. And it's supposed to save people. It's just making money for itself and screwing everybody on our land, which is abhorrent and not what we want anymore. We don't want those families here. And the church, back off. Back off with your church and go and into the sea where you came from. Go back in the sea where you came from, because that's what these orders in this court is. Go back where you came from and don't do that anymore to anybody, because you'll get locked up. Save yourself and get the hell out, because we're going to seize the whole country back with these titles I put together, all these 50 years of research. Not for nothing, and not to just let you get away with it. If your name goes in here, it went in there for a reason, because you screwed me and caused me 29 days off Facebook making videos to tell you the truth. And they're just taking my videos up. The faster they take them out, the faster I make another one and put it back up again. Okay? There. You're not going to get away with it. You're not going to get away with it. None of you is going to get away with it, because I've gone through hell from all those people. I didn't put their names and their photos there for nothing. They're there because of years of abuse from them being clever. Look at it now. Not clever. They're fucking dumb. Not get this country out of the shit. No one can get it out. This is the only way. Freemasons. You're not a Freemason, you can't do it. You see? That's what's lacking. Knowledge, intelligence, higher intellect. You haven't got it. Okay? That's the problem what you people, Maoris, have. The Maori was an invented word. It's not real. They altered the books, they altered Wikipedia, they altered Google, they altered the whole world to fit themselves in, and it don't work. It has showed up the tyranny and the blasphemy, and it showed up terrorism is those people running this government. They're complicit in the terrorist Netanyahu in Israel, killing people indiscriminately at close range, and that's not acceptable to any country that's pulled out. They're all joining BRICS, 45 countries now, going up higher, and us going in as a government. We are a government now. We are our government already. I've said that many times before. The government here is Moai East State AI Federal Republic Government of Aotea, New Zealand and Pacific Islands. We're putting the Pacific Islands in to get back all our Pacific Islands, including Cook Island and Hawaii. That belongs to us here in New Zealand, the head of all the islands. Okay? There, just to tell you, we're on a warpath with the King William III War Powers Act. He created that act that the Americans bastardized and abused to make war and not stop war or prevent war. They made war with it, and now we're going to make war on them to end them with a contract to BRICS. Okay, so there, that's that. And I think my kamakamas are cooked, and I can put them in with my corned beef for lunch again, and then go for a walk around the beach in the water, have a wash, and then back to work. Okay, everybody. Well, that's all for now. We can carry on and have a nice day. And today being Sunday, it's been raining, but it's nice and fine now. It's not too cold and good day for relaxing. So see you later. Bye for now.